Hey guys, Horace here, and today I'm back with another video. I have been a professional builder for 4+ years, and that means I've done a lot of caves. And I'm telling you, one of the most frustrating and boring jobs is caves. Now, I have finally decided to put my foot down and say, you know what? Enough is enough. When it comes to caves, you all need a fantastic, easy, simple way to make beautiful caves, and I have the solution for you. Let us start with something simple. The old way of making caves was fairly simple and straightforward. You'd basically get a BR sphere brush, set it to air, and then set a size, and then you would basically come in and edit the terrain and cut giant holes. But as you can tell, it does not look good. It took a ton of smoothing, and it just a lot of the time, it would either look good or it would look bad, and putting that much time into caves just was not great. Now, when it comes to caves, caves are a wonderful thing to put in your map, but when it came to how much time you'd have to put into your map, it was just simply not worth it. When it comes to the new way of making caves, something is very important to understand before you start. Your feet are very, very important, and why that is very simple. When you're using /pause 1 and /pause 2, your feet are basically the anchor point of where those are going. So when you /set 1, it's going to place inside of your feet just like so. And that's very important to understand when you're making your caves, because you don't want to start your caves at the where you're walking in, because then your caves are going to be down here and too low. So you want to start your caves in the middle of your feet. So now your circle is going to be up here. Now, the second thing that you're going to need to do is basically decide where your cave is going to go, because sometimes if you don't have an idea of where that's going to go, then you might run into some issues. So my cave start is going to be right here, and my cave end is going to be right here. Now, what you're going to need to do now is do /cell convex just like that. That basically allows you to set more than one position. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to go into GMSP. Now that you're in GMSP, now we basically need to make the pathing of the cave. Now, using /pause 1, we're going to start our cave. Now, if you want to reset your pathing, then use /1, and that will automatically reset all of your positions. Now, to add a position, you need to do /pause 2 or /2, because, you know, if you're lazier, not like me. Now, using /2, you can basically manipulate exactly where you want your cave to go. Super simple and super easy. The more points you have, the more curvy it will be, and the less points you have, the less curvy it will be. You can basically just have fun and go ham with it. Now that you've made all your selections, your path is now basically made. Now you just need to actually make the cave yourself using the spike command. Using /spike and then pressing enter, you can see the uses just like that. And then doing /spike, let's say 0, because we want our cave to actually have air in it. We're going to use the sizes, so 5, 5, 5. Basically, the start size, the size that's going to be in the middle of your cave, and then the size that's going to be at the end of your cave. So using the same number is basically going to allow your cave to be basically the same size throughout. Super simple and super easy. Now, if you'd like to add a bit of variation to your cave, like I like to do, you can mess with these numbers. So say your cave starts out at 5, but then it gets a little bit smaller in the middle and then just widens out at the end, just like that. So now you can see your entire cave is super big at the end, and then gets a little bit smaller, 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 and then it again opens back up right at the start. Super simple and super easy. Now you can really add easy canals off of this. So using 1 to restart your selection, and then using /2 again over and over until you make another path. You can basically use this to make giant noodle caves in a super, super short amount of time. Now, if you would like to detail this, I have a cave over here that's basically semi-detailed. It's not beautiful, like it's not the most detailed I've ever done for an entire cave, but it does give you an idea of things you can do. I can hop into game mode creative right here, and I can show you around a little bit using some stripped wood and, you know, some lanterns, some glow lichen, and just a little bit of texturing the cave, you can make a really nice looking cave. Something I really love doing a lot of the time is actually adding some spore blossoms, and it really does add a little bit more of a cave effect, and I think it's absolutely fantastic because it gives these dropping, I don't know, floating little effects, and it just makes it look even more magical. I love it. Even when you have your night vision off, it just makes it look so beautiful, and it adds so much more, and it just does not take that long with the new command. Now, if you'd like to kind of make your cave a little bit more rough, then that is something very simple to do. Let's turn on our night vision again, and let's go use some Voxel Sniper to kind of mess up our caves a little bit. So let's get a gunpowder, add an arrow. Now that you have your gunpowder and arrow, let's use some simple voxel sniper using a /BBB, basically just a blend ball, and then you can edit the size with /B, let's say, I don't know, 4. Not too big, not too small. And then basically what you can do is, don't do that. Basically, you can kind of just edit the shape of your cave to look a little less, I don't know, just make it a little more crazy, a little bit more messy, and you can kind of just do this as much as you want. The more messy you want it, the more you kind of do it, and it's just an easy, simple way to mess up your cave a little bit to make it just look a little bit nicer, and it's really easy to do because you just don't have to spend that much time doing it. Now, I am going to go fly around a few little caves and show you a few little details that you can add to kind of give your builds just that little extra added detail. Now, this cave was built by hand, but you can basically get the shape that you want, and it is really easy to add lots of little details to your caves to really add a little bit more ambiance to your build. This was, of course, built by hand, so I added a little bit of quirkiness to the build, but for the most part, caves can basically be whatever you want, and that is the most amazing thing about them. Now, this cave was done by a professional builder, Quentin, and it's going to be a little bit more extra than what you're probably used to, but it does give you a little bit of inspiration of what you can do with your caves and to make them look just absolutely wonderful and fantastic. Now, when it comes to the GMSP thing, it is very important to have. Not incredibly essential, but it is very useful, and it speeds up the process a lot because you're basically able to see how you're doing, and the pathing is just so much easier. Now, I have a solution for you. And that solution is very simple. I've decided to open my own server that you guys can all join. Now, you might think I'm stupid, and I might be, but I've been building professionally for 4+ years. That means I've been doing this as a job, as my main income for 4+ years, and that's a big deal because I don't take anything less than the best, and that is what I want to give you guys, and that's something that's super valuable if you're really wanting to take your building to the next step or even do it professionally, and this is what I'm trying to give you guys access to, and the list of benefits that you have on this server is pretty extensive. You'll have access to a 1.18 server that's stable, that runs well, and that's virtually unheard of. You'll have plots that are large enough to do pretty much everything, and you'll have access to premium plugins like Arceon, which is expensive if you want to pay for it yourself on your own private, locally hosted server. Not to mention the fact that you'll have access to me, which is a pretty big asset because being able to fly around your build, being able to give you critiques that will genuinely help you improve your builds, not to mention you'll have free access to a giant tree pack over 1,000, plus hopefully all my C asset pack and a bunch of other assets that I'll put on the server in the coming few days. It's going to be absolutely packed with things that are there to help you basically become a professional builder or just a builder on another level. And that's what I want to give you. That's what I want to give you, my community, because I feel like it's important. And if there was a free option, I'm telling you, that's what you should go with. I'm not telling you that you need to be paying for a server. I'm telling you that I want to give you guys the best experience possible. And there just isn't anything out there, so I just decided to create it myself. Now, if you are interested in that, all of the information is down in the description below. And you guys, hopefully y'all have a fantastic day. Hopefully this video helped you in a multitude of ways. And you guys, I'll see you later.